All right. So I really hope that by clicking through that you're so much like me so many years ago when I came online looking for a way to learn how to make money online. I sincerely believe that if you can take what I'm going to share with you today and dive right in, that you could surprise yourself with all that you can accomplish. Literally, the reason I treat this so serious, but yet I get so excited about sharing this kind of information is that it was videos just like this that helped me get my start so many years ago when I was working full time as a nurse. And it was videos just like this that not only helped me get started, but helped me make my first sales online so quickly. So now my entire business is dedicated to helping other people not only learn how to get started, but how to get a very strong and comprehensive start and start making money really quickly. So I've actually built my business to 6 figures, and clearly I'm no longer working as a nurse. But I actually did all of that by keeping things incredibly simple, not only from the beginning, but all throughout my business as well. And whenever I'm making the most amount of money and my business feels the most light, the most effortless, and the most fun is when I allow things to be simple. And I've learned how to helping other people get started in a simplified way as well. Because when I kept it simple in my early startup days, I was able to make my very first sale on day number 3 and 28 sales in my first 30 days. And so by keeping it simple for people and allowing people to have an easy startup, right, I allow them to decrease the overwhelm and I help them get into money faster. So let's first talk about what are the overwhelm factors that prevent a lot of people from having a fast and simple startup. So the very first thing is the product angle. Do I create a product? Do I go out there and source a product, right? You would be surprised at how many people come online, right? And they don't even have an idea of what to sell. And they're trying to run themselves ragged with what do I sell? Do I sell a product on Amazon? Do I start selling mugs? Do I start selling t-shirts? Do I go out there and create a big robust course from scratch? Do I start selling ebooks? What do I sell? Right? And then how do I sell? Right? They start to have all of these questions. Well, for me, guess what? I started selling a product I did not have to create and I did not have to source. And so that took one element or factor of overwhelm off of my plate because I was given something to sell. We're going to break all of this down. The second factor when it comes to overwhelm that stops so many people from their startup, right, is the tech. Literally thinking that they have to do the most, that they have to have the most. Oftentimes operating their tech, right, or thinking they need the tech that's so above their pay grade. Again, I pride myself on keeping things incredibly simple, yet having really strong automation set up inside of my business so that I can make sales 24/7 very, very effortlessly, right? And so one of the things when I first got started is I so vividly remember I was working full-time as a nurse, and so I had very simple systems in place. They weren't complicated at all, but they allowed me to be able to generate leads and make sales while I was working full-time. And so as I'm helping people get set up now, I don't allow them to be taken out of the game before they even get a fair start by allowing them to dive too deep into the tech. I help them understand exactly what they need from where they are right now, and I help them get that tech set up very, very quickly. The third factor of overwhelm that, again, stops so many people before they can ever get started is, in fact, the startup, right? All of the logistics, thinking that they have to have everything figured out or comparing their day 1 with someone's year 17 in my example. Right? No, you're going to start from where you are right now. And believe it or not, your startup can simply be what is my next step? And that's what I do in my business is I simply help people that are interested in learning how to make money online to, number 1, identify what their next step is and to simply focus on that. When I made my first sale on day number 3, it's because that's all that I focused on was what was that next step and then just simply doing that next step. Right? I made 28 sales my first 30 days because I just kept focusing on what's that next step, right? And I didn't try to run $1 million business from my day 1. So oftentimes all of the logistics that people want to know, right? They're irrelevant to your startup. And then the final area is, again, trying to do the most, thinking that you need to have a 3 to 5 year plan, thinking that you have to have an LLC, right, or an S Corp, right? Again, thinking that you're running $1 million business before you even made your first dollar. And so you're focused on so many other things, right, that are over your pay grade, and you in fact never get started. What I appreciate so much about my startup is, number one, I did not know what I didn't know, and I was willing to trust the process and to take things step by step. In doing that, I didn't even realize at the time that all of these overwhelm factors were taken care of for me, which allowed me to simply focus on the things that help me make money. I was just focused on proving to myself that I could in fact get started, I could start marketing, and that I could actually start making sales. When we think about building a digital business to 6 figures with 4 simple steps, which we are getting ready to walk through, and we're doing it with 0 overwhelm, it's so important, please write this down, that over planning does not pay. What pays is taking action. So you actually need, for lack of better words, you need a plan that's going to have you taking action, not only quickly, but often inside of your business if you're wanting to get to the money fairly quickly. That is what I did in my early days. I allowed myself to be scrappy. I allowed myself to be rough and ready. I allowed myself to do it messy. Like, I allowed myself to test things out and to prove that I could do this. And in doing that, I made sales really, really quickly inside of my business. That built up my confidence. And I believed if one person could buy from me after 3 days in business, why wouldn't more people buy from me? Right? So it locked me in, and it made me want to go harder because I not only trusted the process, but I saw that the process actually worked for me. Now, in moving into these next 4 steps, right, instrumental and crucial to your success in getting started fast, I want you to go back to what I said first thing in this video, is that if you can decide to dive in, I think you will amaze yourself at what you are able to accomplish if you will simply allow it to be simple and trust, right, the advice of someone that's likely been in your shoes, right, and is showing you a faster path to getting what it is that you want, which is not running around the internet, confused, right, overwhelmed, right, throwing away your dollars, right, but directing you to a path, right, that's going to help you get set up and get to the money faster. It's so, I feel like I just need to say this. This is not a game. This is life-altering stuff. Literally, I got started working full-time as a nurse, right? And because I did the things that I'm sharing with you today, I am no longer a nurse. I have been independently earning, right, for over 14 years. And I've helped tons and tons and tons of people get their startup, make their first dollars, make their first sales, and so many go on to replace their full-time incomes, even go on to earning 6 figures. So I know that it doesn't take complexity. It doesn't take doing the most. It really just takes a commitment to a very simple action plan that you are willing to follow. So I want you to trust yourself that you're not here by accident, right? But you're here because you're much like I was when I first got started. You have a desire to want to learn how to come on the internet and how to turn this into a business for yourself. I'm going to help you do that. And just as a spoiler alert, I have an entire done-for-you business system that you can model, that you can use to help you start making money really, really quickly. And I will drop the link down below in the description if you, in fact, do want to learn more. All right, so we established we're already here for the 6-figure digital business part. We already talked about how we're not going to focus on the overwhelm factors. Now let's talk about the 4 things. So the first thing that you want is a product that's already selling. We don't want to have to go out there and create a product from scratch. The way that you're going to get the fastest start is I want you to think franchising. That's why people invest hundreds of thousands of dollars into franchising, is because they're picking a product that is already selling. So much of the work is already done. Literally all they have to do is set up shop and they have ready-made customers. The same thing is true online, right? There are products that are already selling. There are products that are already making people just like me lots and lots of money. If you want to get a fast start, right, pick a product that's already selling, already making people money, already vetted, right, all of the things, and decide to sell that. That's exactly what I did when I first got my start. I didn't even know what I was doing, but I lucked up on a product that began to teach me. And then it also gave me the opportunity to be able to sell it for 100% profits. And the reason I believe I was able to do so well is I didn't have to focus on vetting the product or building up my brand first or building up an audience first. I was already selling something that was very, very high in demand. The second thing that you need is a very simple sales system. This sales system just simply needs to do two things. It needs to help you build an email list so you have people to follow up with if they're not ready to buy, and it needs to be selling your product. It needs to give your person the information that they need, right, to be able to say, yes, I want this and I want to buy, because this is going to give you the ability to make sales 24/7, or make sales while you're on the job, or make sales while you are sleeping. I'm going to share with you in just a minute how I've made all of this incredibly simple for you to dive into. When I got started, I had a ready-made sales system. So that was one complexity I didn't have to worry about, right? I had the product, the business gave me the sales system, and so I didn't have to figure any of that out. That's why I was so excited to get started, because I knew I had something on my hands that more people needed to know about. I believe more people needed to know that they could start a business as simply as I was starting a business for myself. The third thing that you need is a social account. This is how people are going to learn, right, that you have a business. This is how you are going to open your doors. You don't open your doors by just simply having a sales system or having a product to sell, right? That's just one part of the equation. That's just like investing into a McDonald's franchise, but never picking your location and setting up shop. That's great. You invested, you have the products, right? But you don't have the location, and people can't know that you exist to come in and buy from your business, right? So you want to pick a social account. That can be YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, right? LinkedIn, like all of the platforms are making people tons and tons of money. All you got to do is decide to pick one. And then the fourth thing that you need is a simple daily method. What are you going to do on a daily basis to open up your doors so that people can learn about the product that you are selling? When I got started, I allowed it to be as simple as picking YouTube, because that's the platform that really inspired me to get my start. I loved what I saw other people doing on YouTube, and so I decided to follow in their footprints, right? And then I just simply started shooting videos. And that is exactly, please hear me, that is exactly how I made my first sale on day number 3, is that someone came along, they found my video, they liked what I had to say, they went over to my website, and they decided to purchase. And in my first 30 days, I kept shooting more videos day by day, and I made 28 sales. I did not have an audience. I did not have an existing business. I did not have an email list. I had nothing. Nobody online knew me. But I opened up my doors every single day by working a very simple daily method. Every business, whether online or offline, they have a method that they follow to make sure that people are aware their business exists, right? And they do things on a daily basis to make sure their doors are open, right? And that they are positioned to make sales, to sell whatever their product or whatever their offer is. Those are the only 4 things that you need to start making money online. All right, now, can I give you the sauce with my system? And I'm so excited to share this because I feel like I created something that worked for me, allowed me to make my first dollars, allowed me to replace my full-time nursing income, allowed me to go on to earn 6 figures. And now I'm able to help other people with the exact same process that I worked for myself. So with my system, number 1, I give you the product. So you don't have to worry about what to sell. I give you a product that can help you earn $500 every single time that you sell it. Number 2, I give you the sales system, right? So when you go to my link down below in the description, you're going to see my sales system. You're going to be able to experience my sales system. I give you that exact sales system, and I walk you through step by step exactly how to set it up. I literally have people that are following my instructions, and they are getting their business set up within a weekend, ready to earn $500, right, by selling our product, selling all of this to other people that want to learn how to start a business online. And then within my system, I teach you how to choose your social platform, and I teach you how to begin using it. So you're going to know exactly how to use whatever platform you choose, whether that be YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. You're going to learn exactly how to begin learning what to do on that platform so that you get a really fast start, just like I got a really fast start. And trust me, I don't teach like anyone else. I teach in a way where you will entirely get it, right? And you're going to see exactly what to do, right? To start getting yourself out there, to start opening your doors, right? And to start attracting sales into your business. And I actually give you your daily method as well. And I give you your daily method as often as you desire it. So imagine never even having to wonder like what to do on a daily basis, what to post, what content to create, like what should my daily method be? What if that was hand delivered to you, right? As soon as you're out of training and as often as you need a daily method or you need things to post, that it's hand delivered to you. I've set that all up within this system. Why? Because I don't want the complexity to be the thing that stops people. I feel like I was so blessed with such an easy start. And all I did was slow my business down just a little bit and decide to recreate that so that people nowadays, again, can get through all the complexity and realize, like, yes, there's a lot of things going on online, but you don't have to worry about a fraction of them. There's just a few things that you've got to worry about. And out of the few things, right, what if like 3 of them were already handled for you and all you had to literally worry about was working a daily method? And that's just called being a responsible business owner, right? Opening your doors every single day and positioning your business to sell a product that's already high in demand and that is going to help other people, right? Just like it's helping you. I love sharing this because literally everything that you need is built in. And I love literally telling you, like, you are borrowing, you are modeling my 6-figure business, right? I've built this baby up where it's earned me as much as $7,000 in one single week, right? I've earned far more than that in a single week, but $7,000 in 1 week selling this one product. Right? You get the sales system, you get the exact same product. And guess what? The product is actually far better now because of all the things that we've thrown in there to make it so anyone that comes into this gets exactly what they need to get a very, very simple start. All right, so I'm going to break the steps down on exactly what to do to get started. If you're like, yes, like this is what I've been looking for. Again, I say that and I'm cheesing because that's how I felt so many years ago when I found that first system for myself. I'm like, yes, like this is the ticket to me getting started. And like I said, 3 days later, I had made my first sale. All right. So what I want you to know first, as I'm breaking down these steps, I want you to have the confidence in knowing that once you step inside, you literally have everything that you need to get started and to get set up and to start making money. And I've literally have thought of everything to make sure that I give you a real advantage and that you don't need to look beyond this system, right? To learn what you need to learn and to literally start making your first sales online. I was very intentional about thinking this thing through. So exactly what I use to make $10,000 or more every month in my business, I'm giving you access to. That's the confidence I want you to have. All right, so here are the steps. First step is you got to decide. You got to be like I was so many years ago, and you're like, yes, like I'm ready to dive in, and I'm ready to make a real go of this. When I first dove in, I made my mind up immediately that I was making this my new way of life. That learning this was going to be my ticket out of working full-time as a nurse and being anyone's employee, and then I was going to be an independent earner, right? So the very first step is you've got to decide. Second step is that once you're inside, you're going to watch the Start Here video. It's just a couple of minutes long, but it's going to make sure that you know exactly what to do next. Now, my advice after you watch that Start Here video is to go over and get your system set up. The Start Here video is going to direct you exactly where to go. Go and get your system set up. The reason I want you to get this set up is because I remember how it felt for me to know that I had a product ready to sell. And that the only thing in between selling that product, right, or the only thing in between having that product ready to go and me making dollars was me taking action. So it felt so good to know that I was actually in business. And that's what I want you to experience. So you're going to take the weekend or take a couple of days or take a couple of hours. I've seen people do it in all kind of time frames. What I'm saying is that you're going to be able to get your business and this product set up really quickly. All right, so you're going to go get that set up. Once you've gotten that set up, you're just going to scroll down and you're going to go to Reseller Goldmine, and you're going to begin going through that training. That is going to give you everything you need, right, to begin understanding how to work this business. What's so important when it comes to taking action over being overwhelmed is that many people are overwhelmed because they're seeking the how-to. What I understood very early on about my success as a complete newbie is I had success because I learned the strategy. I was able to see through businesses and understand why they worked. And then I just simply did what I saw other businesses do. So many people get caught up in the mechanics of the how-to. The how-tos are just the how-tos. The strategy is what actually gets you paid. So within the reseller training, right, I'm giving you all of the strategy. So you walk away knowing how to begin to run your business on a daily basis. Once you're done with reseller training, you're then going to start your daily method. And remember, as a part of the reseller training, I equip you with the daily method. I show you exactly how to tap into my program that's going to help you with the daily method so you never have to wonder what to do. Even if you are working a full-time job, which I think especially you will appreciate this, you do not have to sit there and try to figure out what to do on a daily basis, what to post, what content to create. You don't have to worry about that. My program is going to help you with that as often as you need help with it. All right. And so I want to make sure you understand what you get when you decide to say yes to this amazing opportunity to help you in building your own digital business without all the overwhelm and without all the complexity, and giving you every single thing that you need, including all of the advantage. Number one is that you're going to get the training. So you're going to learn the strategy as well as the how-to, because I understand they both are really, really important. But what's more important is knowing how to put it in its place. So I give you the strategy first, and I recommend you go through the strategy first because that's going to empower you to take the action that's going to lead you to making money the fastest. So you get the training so you know exactly how to build your business online. The second thing that you get is weekly support. Yes, built-in support and mentorship through this system. Everyone gets it. Your customers will get it as well. So not only are you selling a product, but you're selling support. You're selling mentorship. And guess what? You don't have to be the one to fulfill it. It's built into the system and built into the community. All right. So every single week you have a place that you can show up and ask questions, get guidance, get help, get mentorship. So you never have to feel like you're in this all by yourself. The third thing that you get is step-by-step instruction on getting your system set up. So you get the pre-built sales system. There's a couple of things that you've got to do to get it all connected, but you're guided through that step-by-step via video over the shoulder so you see exactly what to do. One of the things that has me the most excited about this right here is that the amount of people that have come through and they were so proud of themselves. Realizing that they could navigate the tech, realizing that the tech wasn't going to take them out. And we're talking about people in their 50s, people in their 60s, and even people in their 70s. That's the stuff that gets me so giddy because I know that can be the things that often hold a lot of people back. And so if I don't want people to be held back and I want to offer something that helps them get going fast, then I've got to give them the tools to help them and get going fast. And that's exactly what I've done right through this system. The next thing that you get is ongoing training, right? So as you are advancing in your business, right, as the internet changes, as the platforms change, right, as there might be new things that we can leverage to help us in making money, as there's new resources, guess what? You get access to ongoing training, right? So Digital Profits You, right? I always have your back. We always have your back so that you don't have to go out and invest more money, right, into more things that literally, like, this can be your hub of everything that you need to get started, get set up, start making money, and to help you in advancing your knowledge, your acumen, and your skills every step of the way. I want people to know what it takes to win and to make all the money that they want to make, right, through their online business. And I wanted to create something where someone can come in and know that they have everything that they need to succeed and win. You just got to decide to buckle in, to not look left or right, to not have shiny object syndrome, and to just decide, right, that like me, you're going to make this your new way of life. If I can do it, like, why in the heck can't you do it as well? One of my favorite sayings is a girl like me. Like, who would have thought a girl like me could come online, be inspired by, some silly videos on YouTube, to think that I could do what I saw other people do, decide to invest a little bit of money into myself, learn these skills, replace my nursing income, right, and build a six-figure business for myself and go on to inspire thousands and thousands of other people to do the same. Like, who would have thought? And I share that, right, because that's how I want you to look at yourself, right? A girl like you, a guy like you, whoever you are, right? Yes, someone like you, right, can be far bigger than just the desire to want to make money. What you've got to know is that if you have the desire in you, that you're also very capable. You just got to give yourself the green light to go for it. Again, just like I gave myself the green light to go for it so many years ago. All right. And you also get the license to resell all of this for 100% profits, right? So you get all of this, and then we give you a ready-made business and a ready-made product that you get to sell for 100% profits. So as you begin to learn how to work your daily method and people want to buy from you, much like you're going to buy from me, guess what? Your business is set up to transact those $500 sales, just like my business is set up to transact those $500 sales. And when someone buys from you, that $500 goes instantly and directly to you. There is no middleman, right? You're learning how to set up a business, right, where you earn all of the profits. All right. And so I'm going to drop the link down below in the description if you want to learn more. And if you're like, I have heard it all, like, I'm ready to go. That's exactly how I was when I got started so many years ago. I knew that I had had everything that I needed to help me get a fast start. And to be honest with you, I was so amazed when I dove in to realize how good it actually was. And that fueled me to want to go out there and to help other people. And you're going to get a taste of that in Reseller Goldmine when you realize how you're going to be able to turn your excitement over your own journey right into sales messages to inspire other people who are likely just like you that want to get started on this journey as well. And if you want to learn how to sell your own digital products, if you feel like you have a digital product in you or there's something specific you want to bring to the market, guess what? Inside of our training, you learn exactly how to do this. All right, so this is not just a course or a program about reselling. Reselling has made me a lot of money, so we have very specific training on how to make a lot of money as a reseller, right? Because it helps a lot of people get started quickly. But then when you build up your confidence, if you discover that you want to sell your own thing, the training is in there to help you learn how to create and sell your own digital products as well. I could not be more excited over this opportunity because we are in a time where so many people are seeking the internet and they want to learn how to become independent earners. And I love knowing, right, that we have something that truly helps people with that desire. So I'll drop the link down below in the description. I hope that you are leaving better than when you came. Remember, planning doesn't pay you a dime. All the money that you want to earn will be in your action. I hope that you take action, and I look so forward to celebrating your mini wins and your successes. I look forward to seeing you in my next video, and I look forward to seeing you in office hours as well. Have a great one. Bye-bye.